Hello, community. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here once again. And today we're going back to the series I started earlier on 10 profitable things you can do while or during the period of the coronavirus lockdown. There's been a lot of, I'm so grateful for the kind of reception that these videos have been receiving. The feedbacks I've been getting have been tremendous and encouraging. And that just fuels me to want to go on. I want to thank you for very kind comments. And so today I'll be going to part 4 of 10 profitable things that you can do during the period of this lockdown. And the first thing is, if you're, particularly for those in the movie industry, it's a period, a great period to write that script you've always wanted to write. Write a script, okay? And it doesn't matter whether you're a filmmaker or not. I know so many people who have ideas for movies, for TV series, or whatever it is. Write that script down. This is a great period, uninterrupted. There's so much inspiration out there in the air. You can write, and you can be sure that by the end of it all, you would have something that you can market and something to show. Now, the second tip is, along the same lines as well, write a book. It doesn't matter what the subject is. What are you good at? Cookery? Herbal medicine? Are you a pastor, for instance? Are you an imam? You can write a religious book. Are you a fitness expert? Whatever it is that you're good at, take time out during this period of the lockdown, if you like, and write a book. The third is write a proposal. I cannot overemphasize how important this is. For those in business, for those in, business particularly, NGOs and all of that, here's a time. It could be a grant proposal, it could be a business proposal, whatever it is. There's no better time. Now there's very little distraction. You can sit down, research on the net if you need materials, but do write that proposal. If you ask me, write as many proposals as possible. You never know which one will bring the result. Tip number 4, write a business plan. I cannot overemphasize this as well. If you've been doing business without a business plan, it's really like just groping about in the dark. You don't know exactly where you're going. A business plan commits you. It's like a goal, a roadmap, where you're going. You can always come back, refer to it. You can use it as well as part of your proposal. You can use it to seek funding from angel investors and banks and whoever. It just gives you something ready. So when you say you're looking for money and people say how much money and what do you want to use it for, you already have something to show. Tip number 5. This is the best time for it. There is a poem in every one of us. The coronavirus certainly, and moments like this certainly bring out the poets in us. I'd like to see poems about this time in our history. And so I'll say, if you've got it in you, write a poem. Even better, write a poetry collection. And you'll be glad that you did this time around, okay? Number 6, write a song. Can I overemphasize this as well? No. It takes one song to change a man's life and destiny. One song to change somebody else's life. Write that song that has been bubbling inside of you. This is the best time. Do it and release it. Frankly, there's so many people going about with songs inside of them, unreleased, unwritten. But you know what? Take time around this time, write that song down, and do something about it. Have you taken time out to write your life's goals? Here's an opportunity, a moment of sober reflection. You've been going about all this while. But what this period has done for most of us is it has created time for introspection, a time to look inwards, reassess our lives, reassess our priorities and our relationships, and determine where it is we're going and where we want to go to. And so I'd say use this time to write down your life's goals. When you write down these goals, they commit you. You can see, it imprints it in your subconscious. It commits you to do something about it. And it fires you as well. It gives you something to work towards. Don't take it lightly or for granted. Use this time around. If you don't know where you're going, you wouldn't know when you arrive. And when the opportunities come, you obviously can't take advantage of them. So write down your life's goals. Number 8, write your will. Don't be scared. The greatest injustice you can do for your family, as a man, for instance, is to die intestate. You create so much problems for them. So many people out there have properties that a family is not even aware of. If you should drop dead today, and that's one thing the coronavirus has, one thing it has, really taught us, that any of us can be a victim, can be exposed. Anybody and anything can happen, quite frankly. Do yourself, do your family a world of good as a man, as a woman, whoever you are. Write down your will. Be prepared. Nothing will happen, hopefully, by God's grace. But if it does happen, at least you would have prepared them. Okay? Those secret bank accounts, let them know. Those secret properties you have here and there, let them know. Okay? Do not leave your family wallowing in misery when you left so much out there that they're not even aware of. Be responsible. Do the responsible thing. Write down your will. Tip number 9. For those who are techies or who like writing, who like coding and designing applications and apps and all that, and even for those who don't really code or write codes or write applications, if you have a business idea, for instance, that you can do online, here's the time to perfect that idea. Uber was somebody's idea. Airbnb was somebody else's idea. It has revolutionized how a lot of things are done. It has created some sort of, how do I put it now? Disruption in the system. Now you can disrupt the system also by your innovations, innovative ideas. There are lots of people who can code out there. You can outsource it. Just get the basic idea, and there are a lot of young people who are willing, for very little fees, to do this. And here's the time to put it to practice. These are things you don't need bricks and mortar offices for. The internet is all you need. Just reach out to people. They're all over the place. In India, in the US, in Nigeria, name it. Look for developers, look for people who can write programs, who can design applications. Give them your idea and let them know. And by the end of this whole exercise, you will come out richer for it, and you can thank me later. Okay, and so the 10th and last tip for today is, if you're an applicant, write and send applications to as many companies as possible. If you're a student, apply to as many schools as possible. In your country, outside your country, one of them is bound to respond positively. But you never know until you try. And so as we leave today, I say, everything about today is about writing. Take time out. to put pen to paper. That is the beginning of the birth of great ideas that will lead on to more concrete things. And so, if you want to continue to hear more tips like this, I want you to, as usual, subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends, encourage them, if you like what you see, encourage them to subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit that alert bell. When you do that, what it ensures is that I will alert you whenever I release any of these videos. I'll come back again tomorrow with another 10 tips. You never know what it's going to be, but just look out for it. I promise you, everyone is going to be every edition is going to be very, very fresh, and will give you ideas at moments and at times like this. And don't forget to leave your comments down below as well. Very, very important. Leave your comments. I like to engage. Tell us, for those who have listened to parts 1, 2, and 3, what your experience has been. What have you done? How useful has this been? Share your experience. I'd like to hear from you. Your feedback is very important, not just on WhatsApp, Facebook, and all that. I like feedbacks right down there on the YouTube, down below. So just do that and let's engage. Let's talk. And if you have tips as well, share with me and with the community. Until I see you tomorrow, thank you. It's been a pleasure as always sharing your time and your data with me.